Hi everyone, my name is Melanie Lotos. I'm from Germany. I lived in Berlin the last 2 years, and it's my second time on the Woodstock Fruit Festival here at Trout Lake. And I want to tell you a little bit about my story and my experience, how I started with 80-10-10 or with raw food. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis with 27. I was living in Argentina at that time and had to go back to Germany for uni, and I started to feel really bad. I had a lot of party in my life and alcohol and drugs, and I didn't treat my body very well, but I was always interested in nutrition and food, and I did a lot of art about food. And I just thought, my knees, I couldn't walk properly anymore. I didn't have any energy. I had a lot of digestive issues, and every doctor or homeopath or you name them told me I'm just nervous and I have irritable bowel syndrome, and I was on a lot of antibiotics when I was a kid. And everything was kind of messed up. I had really good times and then I just crashed and really depressive, and with the art studies I didn't know where everything was going, and it got to this point where I just couldn't walk anymore. And it took them, they did a lot of tests, and it took about 3 months when I got the diagnosis, and the doctors were pretty harsh. I was in hospital for 3 days and they just told me, okay, you will, from this point on it just gets worse and you will never walk again. And it hit me kind of really bad, but on the other side I felt this strength inside, and I knew there's more to that. And I didn't believe them. I had my return ticket back to Buenos Aires, where I was living with my boyfriend, and I took the medication. I told them I probably not take it, but I take it on my journey. And I went to Buenos Aires and just started studying. I talked with my university, they let me go, and they all supported that I wanted to discover and try to heal myself. I didn't know what that meant at that point, but I got support from my family, and I read a lot about natural hygiene. I found Dr. Robert Morse, and I had no idea. I've read everything of what I could find, how to make my body alkaline. I stopped drinking, smoking, became a vegan in about a week, and I ate a lot of wild greens. And the more I read about cleansing, or I just thought I need to fast, and I went to Paraguay. In a raw food community, some German homeopath from India, they settled down there, and I was just by myself, fasting for 10 days on water. I started with coconut water and fruit for the first days, and then 10 days on water. And I meditated a lot, and I lost a lot of weight, and I became really clear. I would think I was never that clear in my life. Everything was blurry, and I felt very controlled from outside. And at this point, after only 2 days, my knee was the same size than my other knee, and I didn't have any pain anymore, and I just thought I'm in a strange movie. I couldn't really believe it, what was going on. And I felt very strong. I started to believe in my own decisions. My own thoughts became so connected to the place where I was. Yeah, I found a really good balance to still incorporate when I was back in Germany and it got winter. I didn't want to force myself too much to stay 100% 80-10-10, so I find a very healthy way to be vegan and high raw, very high raw. But I didn't like putting so much pressure on me. It didn't felt right, so I was still cooking, and for me it's totally fine. Sweet potato and some buckwheat or quinoa or stuff like that, and lots of vegetable salads all the time, and still fruit, but I really miss the fruit from South America. And what I always also wanted to say, if you are interested in this lifestyle, it has a lot to do with yourself, and there's a lot of pressure from outside. But if you just focus on yourself and what you want to find out about yourself, everybody has so much strength inside, and there's an essence, and through all the influences, like all our life, I was so messed up. I couldn't feel this essence, I couldn't even believe in it anymore until you get sick, but you don't have to wait that long. And many people, I made the experience when I was back in Germany, they didn't know what happened to me. Like, some people didn't recognize me. I was very like swollen, and I just looked different and I behaved different. And I wanted to push it on them, and it didn't really work. So it has to come from inside. And yeah, I hope if you're interested, if you're watching this, or if you research the Woodstock Fruit Festival, that it comes from an inside urge to learn more about yourself. If you are already sick or have some health issues, you want to find out what you can do in a natural way. Start with yourself and center yourself. Forget about everything what you know about society, what is asked of you. Just stay with yourself and find your own truth and walk your path. It has been very magical and empowering experience for me. I'm on the verge to move to Mexico, and I want to do my own retreats, and I'm studying right now to become an integrative health coach, and I want to share my story, and I love this place. It has been a great joy to be at the Woodstock Fruit Festival as a volunteer the second time, and I hope to see you there soon. I just started my website, which is my first and my second name, Melanie Lotos, LOTOS.com. Yeah, stay with fruit and veggies.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you too, Rainy.
That's great.
Cool.